Hello, I'm Cody, and welcome to session 39 of my Pillars of Eternity turn-based Triple Crown attempt. Last time we explored the Russet Wood and slaughtered essentially an entire tribe of ogres, I believe. And then when it came back to hand in quests, we bumped into the woman Maneha who joined our group, and I now need to level her up, as she's level 1. Believe she's a barbarian, which was a bit disappointing. She mentioned something in dialogue about having a great voice, which I was hoping would mean she was going to be a second chanter. I like chanters. Canna has been probably my mechanically favorite companion. I would
Lead the
love to have
way.
a second one.
Oh, Kana. I just remembered an old Valian song. Maybe it was Dwarven. From when I was a girl.
Really? Let's hear it.
Vanimbe metse, vanimbe metse, senete de luces, senete de luces. Do you know it?
No, I'm afraid I can't say I've ever heard that particular tune.
I feel like his voice acting response was implying that Pelagina did a very poor job of singing that, but I thought she did fine. I think shows in general struggle, shows, writing, video games, whatever, struggle with representing singers as bad. I often find I'm watching a show and they'll be like, oh, this singer's terrible. And it's like, but they seem to be doing a perfectly adequate job singing, honestly. Or vice versa, where they pretend that the singer is phenomenal and they seem to be, well, perfectly adequate at best. I haven't looked at these numbers in a while. Interesting that the most powerful enemy defeated is now on Pelagina with the Langofath Broodmother. Can has been in the party the most. I don't remember booting Edar out. I suppose I must have at some point. Otherwise, it should be Edar. Chie still got the most of defeated, damage, single target damage, crits. Edar, of course, has tanked the most. Alright, anyways. So she starts with athletics and a little bit of stealth. Oh, well, part of that's that aura. And she's got high might, kind of bad everything else except for con, which is not the most exciting stat. The game seems to have her dual wielding, though I'm definitely not going to. If I'm going to have a barbarian, she's going to use a big old two-handed weapon. Toss some gear on her before we start leveling her up so that we can decide what we're doing with her more easily. A lot of wands. A life leech effect I'm not a huge fan of. Beast slaying. Burn proofed. It's an interesting one. Rending, I guess, is DR bypass. Not terrible. DR bypass isn't bad at all. Justice, we've got. Slash pierce with crushing lash, effectively. Yeah. Same, it doesn't let me get me an elemental lash as well, but makes some degree of sense that it does not, to categorize them the same. I mean, currently I'm leaning towards a great sword, but I do like reach weapons, and I would not mind her having a reach weapon, but boy, do I just not have very many. Give her Durance's staff. Upgrade that. I'm sure I've got that on somebody, but no, I don't. It's right here. It has Burning Lash. It has that delightful crush / burn damage to make it a little bit more reliable. Is that a lower base damage, though? 18 to 25. Where's another quarterstaff? I saw one a second ago. Yeah, so it doesn't even have a damage penalty for getting the Crush slash Burn. It's just better. Sure, I'm gonna give her Durance's staff. Means yet another person who will be taking Weapon Focus Peasant. Kind of a shame. That one's Ranger only, yeah. I have any more hunting bows that I can give her then. Probably just this fine hunting bow, since we've got so many people using them. Yeah. Alrighty. Give her... While I'm thinking about it, and while I'm in here, I should also make sure to give her some potions. I always forget I can move this window around and equip directly from the stash until I've already done some other stuff. I do like the idea of a barbarian, and was one of the things I was considering when I made Chie. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the Let's Play that I was planning to do either a chanter, a rogue, or a ranger that I did, because I wanted to play around with ranged weapons, because I'd never really used them before, much. But I was also considering doing a melee build, and if I did, it would have been a barbarian. I'll leave it there for now, because I can never decide what else to add. Sure, I can't imagine I'll ever actually use them, but better to have them and not use them than not have them and find myself wanting them. Bonus DR Pierce. Light armor that gives bonus healing received and move speed. I actually quite like that. That's good. I'll just go with that. Well, maybe a deflection. Where are my rings? Don't have very many ring options. Okay. Literally, don't have any that actually affect her. Some stuff here I might want to use too. Range damage, accuracy versus beast. It's possible to switch Chie to the 10% extra range damage. And then toss her cloak down the hand-me-down pathway. Kind of surprised I'm still using that, though it is certainly nice to have that bonus damage for spirits and vessels, but spirits mostly. Where's this thing going? Ugh. No progress. Yeah, let's go with this. I'll give Maneha the +3 perception, or accuracy up a bit. No, I got... There. Now I just need a hat. Have any hats in here? Sitting around? No. Resolve in perception would do nothing now. Stealthy perception. Dexterity. I don't think she has dexterity elsewhere, so... Alright, that'll do. Do you think I'm going to use her for a while? It makes sense to toss this to exceptional. I guess could do a slaying. These are pretty cheap. Kith is the most expensive, but probably the best. It'd be nice if there were more options here. Just having quality secondary damage and slaying is a bit limiting. The enchantment value max is, I think, enough of a limitation that having another, I would say, 2 full categories, like stat ups and then, like, et ceteras, with the et ceteras being some of the effects, like, draining endurance on hit or the like. But I guess they need to make their unique gear feel more unique somehow. Does this cost anything? Not really. Which will do that too. Oh, I can even get the +2 stats. She's got Resolve, she's got Perception, she's got Might. She has 1 Dexterity and I think 1 Con, but I don't think any Int. Am I correct on that? Yeah, she doesn't have anything boosting Int, so I could give her +2 Int. Sure. I'm being more conscientious about her gear than I have for anybody else, but just a matter of timing. When she joined, I'm finally able to actually do some of this stuff. You're already exceptional. You already apparently deflection and will counts as attribute bonuses. I don't really usually care about that right now. What about you? You're superb. I don't think he's going to be in that one for very long. But I find something better. You're only fine. There we go. Boop you up to exceptional. Resolve +3. You are taking advantage of it. You don't have Resolve +3 elsewhere, do you? One of the many things I've complained about before of the fact that that stat ups don't stack is just how much more annoying it makes it to try to ensure that you're efficiently enchanting your gear. What do I need for superb? Hydra Dragon Scales. It's a shame. I'll give her Corrode. Just because why not? Bring up her weakest DR. Alright, he's got one of those, so that's not going to be meaningfully upgradable. And that's superb, so perfectly good. I think that's probably everything I'm going to need to do upgrade-wise. Oh, Whispers of Yenwood still isn't exceptional. Now, I considered it at one point, but at the time that I did, upgrading to exceptional was still fairly expensive for me, whereas now it's virtually free, and that maxes out our Whispers of Yenwood, so... Still would like to find a better sword for him eventually. Alright, Maneha. See what we can do. And see, we're doing the stealth and mechanics with the person in her slot. I've never really had that pay off yet, and it really doesn't play into her character or her build. Like, she's so far behind on that. I think I'm just going to go pure athletics with her. I have somebody on my team that I know is absolutely phenomenal athletics versus Kenna and Ed are both just being quite good, but not spectacular. Not sure which is better. Accurate Carnage is probably not hugely worthwhile. I like Carnage a little bit. It's one of the things that led me not to do a Barbarian is that I'm really on the fence about Carnage. The way it works, I don't think is very good or very easy to make a build that takes meaningful advantage of it. Despite being the Barbarian's kind of main gimmick, it just feels bad to use. The radius is so small unless your intelligence is huge, and if your intelligence is huge, then all of the rest of your stats are suffering for it. including things like might and perception, which are necessary to actually hit the target, and dexterity, which is necessary to actually get turns. The balance of the game, making sure that all stats are relevant, makes it really hard to build some characters, and I think barbarians are one of them. More damage when weakened. I mean, I generally try not to leave my characters weak. Like, if she's below 50% health, I'm probably more focused on healing her than doing damage. I mean, this is basically just what she gets for free for having athletics. Though a second charge isn't terrible. Yeah, let's go with Frenzy. I'm surprised she didn't have Frenzy to start with. I guess that means she had, like, I think it's Yell, which is also, I don't think, very good. Another reason I don't like Barbarians is their high-level abilities. They have some really good ones, but these low-level ones feel like you're just kind of wasting points on things that aren't hugely impactful. It'd be nice if the game didn't bother to separate abilities and talents and just let you choose between both pools whenever you had a pool for either. I think that would make it a lot easier. Or a lot more fun to come up with builds. A greater frenzy. It's only an extra +2 might and con for a whole talent point. Like that. Again, if it was me balancing the game, it would be like +2 might, +2 con, and +1 turn, +1 duration. Before the int stack. Oh, no, not two-handed. Bloodlust. When she downs at least 2 enemies, she gets a bonus attack speed for 2 turns. That's bizarre and weird, and I don't know how that works with turn-based. Like, when it says 2 enemies, does that mean for the entire fight, or does it have to happen in the same turn, or over a period of 3 turns, or 5 turns, or what? Like, very inconsistent, or very insufficiently explained by the tooltips. Yeah, bonus damage when you're flanked. Well, can't be flanked. Bonus damage when you're colloquially flanked, but not mechanically flanked. I think that's definitely what I'm going to get here. No, I'm getting brute force. The ability to just target fortitude or deflection, whichever is lower, is delightful. I mean, fortitude's probably the worst stat for that, since things with high deflection usually also have high fortitude, but it's still not bad at all. Just increased chance to hit without needing to boost your accuracy. Okay, so we got that. I'm not sure. I don't think reach weapon. I think my testing in the past suggested that reach weapons don't actually increase your engagement range, which is lame if I'm correct and remembering that correctly. Otherwise, I would definitely take hold the line. I do think I should probably just take superior deflection. It's hard to go wrong with superior deflection. You're going to want to get it eventually on anyone in the melee, I feel. Though I could well be just wasting points. And just plus to physical damage reduction. Sickening nearby enemies is kind of cool too. Not really sure how this works in turn-based mode. That could be really good. Though it would be better in the early game when you're fighting a lot of weaker enemies. You're going up against a wave of Zorips. You can just kill a pack of them to get your next turn immediately. That would be amazing. A lot of good abilities here now, yeah. That first wave of abilities, I really wish I could have just stalked the point and bought more here. Yeah, just get one stance alone for now. Definitely want that extra damage when near crowds. Now I wish I could throw my talents into my abilities, because I don't really care about any of this anymore. Might actually end up taking Fast Runner. That could be good, just to get into position better. Though her armor has a similar effect. May not. Oh, yeah, look at Apprentice's sneak attack. Why not? Just an extra 15% damage most of the time, because most of the time enemies have something that makes sneak attack applicable. On Revenge, when reduced to 0, she would do an instant carnage full attack at everyone in range. That's pretty cool. Don't want her being reduced to 0, though. Terrify everybody in a nearly 10-meter radius. That's not actually a terrible radius for change, but it's only per rest, so no. What is Sickened again? Fortitude and Will reduced by 10. I mean, that's kind of nice when she's got the ability to attack Fortitude. Yeah, it's between these two. What level are we? 9? We'll definitely get at least one more. Hopefully we can get them both before. I'll go with the Threatening Presence. Make your enemies sick. I don't know if sickness unlocks the sneak attack. It'd be nice if it does. Barbaric Blue. You may go with Barbaric Blow. Just a once per encounter attack that has bonus hits converted to crits. If it had plus 10 accuracy, it'd be an easier pick. Most of these, well, I was say most, but half of these per encounter attack abilities like this do have that bonus to accuracy. It's a shame this one does not. The person in her slot usually has Gallant's Focus, but she does not have it yet. Maybe I'll just have that. Plus 4 accuracy? Sure. Yeah, plus 4 accuracy for her and anyone near her. Hard to go wrong with that. What do we got new here? Heart of Fury. Once per encounter, the barbarian swings viciously in a lightning-quick flurry, taking on all comers. Each equipped weapon attacks every nearby enemy, doing extra damage and inflicting carnage if applicable. That's not bad. Kind of a whirlwind type thing. Can't be engaged by enemies more than 1 level below. Also not bad, but not fantastic. Okay, so it would be between Thick-Skinned and Heart of Fury. It's a really tough choice, honestly. I think I'm going to go with Thick-Skinned. Just passively having more damage reduction is really hard to pass up. It's interesting that it's a flat 3 versus the similar ability that Rangers can get for their animal companion slowly grows with character level. Can Nanook have better abilities in some ways, at least, than an entire class? Maybe I just take Scion of Flame to play with her, the Durance's staff. Maybe just plain plus 20% damage a lot of the time, but not all of the time. But whenever fire is better than bludgeoning. I don't know if the fire is better than bludgeoning calculations take this into account and would, like, therefore preferentially use the burn attack of the staff when it's elsewise equal. If it does, that makes this a lot better. If it doesn't, well, still not terrible. Could just get this. An extra 2 Might and Con isn't nothing. It's just not good. Definitely not taking Accurate Carnage. That, again, if Accurate Carnage feels like the sort of thing that could have, like, an extra little boost, like, plus 5 accuracy and increases radius by 15%. On this, again, if it had plus 10 accuracy on this attack, but it would feel really bad to miss my once per encounter attack, or even to graze. which makes me not want to grab it. Certainly could see an argument in favor of Acolyte's Radiance. It is nice to just nuke a bunch of vessels. And giving her a slight AoE heal isn't even the worst thing in the world outside of that, because very likely she'll be in the thick of things a lot with a bunch of animal companions and Edar and Canna and so on. I could definitely see that being... I mean, honestly, I think it feels like a better choice than Barbaric Blow to me. If that was the way I was going. It does burn damage, so I think I'm going to take the Scion of Flame, and then if I find myself confused next time I get to a talent level, Acolyte's Radiance. I say, knowing that I still need to gain at least one more level, because I'm now at 13. This is the level she's at, so it's flat. Who knows how long it'll take me to get to 14. I might well have forgotten that decision by then. Alright, anything new on these level 13 abilities? Not new, not new. It might be new, I don't remember it. Ignore engagement, gain bonus to defenses, thrice per rest. Nah. Shout, terrifying, no. Bloodlust, maybe, but no. Storm, Barbarian. Dragon Leap. Drawing upon reserves of intense spiritual power, barbarians are able to leap high into the air and crash down upon their foes, dazing them. Once per encounter, she can jump at someone for crush damage as a standard action. I mean, that's not bad. It certainly plays into the fact that I find myself constantly getting stymied by doorways and tight passages, or my party blocking each other, and that will allow her to just jump over them all. Oh, I really like this idea. Barbarian reflexively lashes out and hits him or her in melee, doing raw damage to anyone unfortunate enough to be on the receiving end. Just Thorns damage, effectively. I don't like this accuracy versus deflection. I think we're going to have Thorns damage. Just make it innate. Just it hits. No chance to crit, no chance to graze, no chance to miss. Just it does damage. Even if it did a little bit more. In fact, I'd get rid of the range, too. I'd just say it does 10. 10 with the, with might, but then can't miss. Bloodthirst is also something I would really like to try. I think this sounds like it could be so good under the right circumstance, but I'm going to go with Dragon Leap. I want to be able to jump over my team when they're in the way. Alright. That only took almost a half hour.
I'm here.
Let's some hotkeys going.
Certainly.
Alrighty, and then the next thing to do was head in here and confront them about the chests full of rocks that they'd been throwing into the lake while pretending they were getting rid of people's possessions that they felt people needed to forget. I don't remember what, if any, specific voice I gave Lafta. Or tried to. You return. How may the goddess help you? I found your chests. They were filled only with rocks. I see. No use in keeping this shroud any longer then, is there? Her group springs into action. The sounds of unsheathing blades fill the room. But we shouldn't act so rashly. She holds a hand up. The thieves keep their weapons pointed at you. We've been pretending, yes, but is it so different from what Andra's priests do? Villagers and travelers give us things they want to forget. We make them disappear. Isn't that the same thing? We aren't murderers, and we'd prefer to be as far away from this cursed place as we can. Lafta gestures at her accomplices. Why make a bloody mess of this? I'm willing to help you look the other way. She fixes her eyes on you. No, I think I'll let the villagers decide. This is just a really scummy thing to do. Lafta stiffens, her face hard. As she raises her arm, the folds of her robe fall back to reveal a cocked pistol pointing at you.
Quaithe selmes metum.
Let's see. Oh, I missed Chie's old damage numbers, but oh.
Hey.
Missed. Good job.
Following your lead.
That's nice. Wow, that guy just died solely to the Dragon Thrash, the Dragon Whale, it seems. Didn't think it was that powerful. Perhaps he was just that weak. Yeah, they're all just falling. Alright,
I'm ready.
Lead the way.
she gets a turn.
Following your lead. For Takoa!
Well, that was very trivial. Pistol, some fine junk. Singed Grimoire. The handled iron key, is that? Yeah, might as well unlock this.
It's done.
The way that gives me experience first. I got Okran's heirloom, that's good. What's this? White Crest armor. Oh, very heavy. Grants overwhelming wave and dancing bolts once per rest. Don't know what either of those are, it doesn't matter. I'm not wearing a very heavy armor that also gives -1 move speed. Alrighty, well. I'm going to take one quick hop away from my chairs. My air conditioner just went on, and I don't know. My audio isn't great at the best of times. I doubt we need an air conditioner blazing in the background. I don't know how audible it is, but I'm just going to turn that off before I continue. Alright. Hopefully I remember to turn that on after this. I'm hoping you've got some good news. Why doesn't it have, I have your amulet right here. I have his amulet right here. I know where the gift bearer cast your heirlooms away. Oh, here we go. I have your medallion. Let's see it. Oh, I should have, Did you find them? What is the medallion? I have your medallion. Let's see it. The dwarf draws a wide smile under his bristly beard. Here it is. Okran takes the medallion gingerly in his palms, taking care not to smudge it with his dirty fingertips. Yes, it's her medallion. He smiles and manages to pull his attention back to you. You've done good here today, I swear. I had a kingdom's treasure to give you in return. Oh, apparently I also found your armor. I guess that's that really slow, bad armor. I also found your armor. I don't need it. Don't know what I'd do with it. He nods. Keep it. More luck to you. Alright. He turns around and walks away, looking not at the path ahead, but at the precious heirloom clenched in his hands. Even so, the stride of his short legs seemed filled with confidence. Oh, good for him. What does Ista want, if
I
anything?
hope you've had some luck, and do take care with that device.
Alright.
It has a few...
Oh. More stuff at the stronghold. They who woke the stars. The Glanvathan astronomers who predicted the Lover's Tide that destroyed Andra's gift took many of their instruments and notes and hid them out of fear, that they might be captured by Adirans. Decades after the war, the tribes recovered the astronomers' work. Unfortunately, all of the original astronomers had died and much of their writing was penned in an unknown cipher. The two Vylian dukes have offered a reward for anyone who can help crack the cipher for the Glanvathans. The tribes are reluctant to let anyone look at the notes, but believe it would be better to share the knowledge than to let it remain a secret. Sounds like something for someone with int. I'll send Aloth. Let's unload some of our vendor trash. Oh, this fine pike has corrosive lash. Interesting. Probably some duplicates in the lake in here. I could and should. I'll get rid of some Stalker's Torques. Out of health, whatever. I don't want to spend too much time trying to figure out what the best things to sell are, though. I looked at this before and decided against buying it. It is compelling, though. If this was not by a crit, that's the problem. I don't want to have to get crit to have that effect trigger. Alright. Head to Dragon's Battery. Hidden Abbey. Don't think, yeah. Right, and probably need to head back to the Russet Wood to deal with this. That's why I was looking through my quest log, is I had a vague recollection of something that's directing me back to the Russet Wood. It's unfortunate that I didn't pick up that quest before heading there the first time, but oh well. Where would they be? Maybe right up here? No. Still nothing I can do here, right? Yeah. I'm sure it won't be in the cave. That would be very awkward. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not here. I said west, right? West of town. This is west of town. And there's nothing else I can go to that's west of town. Oh, maybe it's right down here. That looks like a place for us slavers to hang out. Yeah, there we go.
Don't see many on these roads, and the few we do are hunters, woodcutters, or smugglers.
She cocks an eyebrow at you and gives a half-smile. She holds herself with a confident grace, a conspicuous holster slung over one hip. Beyond her is a wagon loaded with supplies. Manacles dangle from one end. Defala, is it? You're the slaver who's after Ilith.
And here I was thinking we'd found the last pleasant company on the road. I'm after him, all right.
Her hand drops to her gun.
He's going to answer for his crimes in Raid Ceres, and one way or another, you're going to stay out of my way.
Oh, what crimes are those?
Didn't tell you that part, did he? First off, he chose his indentureship. Had to make up for some bad luck at cards, I hear.
She waves her associates down, but her hand remains on her gun.
More importantly, he murdered his master's son, 13-year-old boy. Killed him as he fled.
Then he belongs in a prison, not a slaver's
His
pen.
master sees it differently.
She unholsters her pistol.
Shame we couldn't do business.
Alright.
Selmes metu.
Hey.
Following your lead. Your turn!
Ready, Watcher. I'm ready. I'm here.
Like that the horse isn't involved, just standing there watching. Not bothered by all the gunfire or people dying. Very unlike a horse.
Following your lead. Forward!
I'm here. Oh? Finish them!
That's free action at least, so that's nice. Decent radius since it hit all the way over there. I wasn't expecting that.
Hey. Leave it!
I'm ready.
One downside of giving Canna that sword is his little lightning spell.
Ready, Watcher.
Feels a lot less worthwhile now since he just deals more damage attacking. Unless he can get several targets with it. Let's try this. Nice. Probably less damage than a regular attack from her, but neat. I really thought Defala might have some unique gear. Oh, that's a shame. Can't, like, free the horse or bring it with me to town and find it a proper owner or something. It's just going to stand there staring in the snow forever. Not sure what to do about this, Orlin, since apparently he murdered a child, which isn't ideal, even escaping from slavery. On the other hand, I have no real reason to believe what the slave catcher had to say.
Progress with Devala?
You said that you agreed to your indenture, and that you killed a boy in your escape.
And I thought you were going to get rid of Devala, not sell me out to her.
He takes a deep breath, but his eyes are still focused on you.
What she said is true. I had a gambling problem when I was younger. I've paid 7 years of my life for it. I won't pay any more. As for the boy, I didn't want to hurt him. But he saw me as I was sneaking out of the stockade.
His shoulders go limp, and his gaze distant at the memory. He shakes his head.
I wish it had gone differently. But I'd do it again. Anything to keep from getting sent back to that place.
Well, I've already killed her, and I don't really see any point in imprisoning him in Cade Newen, not least of which is there doesn't seem to be any mechanical relevance to putting people in the prison there, other than occasionally getting a random chance that somebody will give you a few coppers for them. Not the best solution in the world, but I think he's just going to go free. Hopefully he will attempt to make amends in some way in the cosmic scheme of things.
Oh, thank the gods. Every last one of them. I never thought I'd see this day. And thank you most of all. Here, take this. And tell Hafric that he can keep the rest of the week's fee. I'm off.
What did he give me? A ring of shackling and a Durgan copper bracelet. Well, we've had a lot of these. They're kind of nice, but not really important. Did you have... No, I got adequate rings. I don't need that. Well, this is doing something, right? The pierce-proofed? If not... It's not. Oh, there, now it is. 17 to 20. It was 17 before I took it off, so that's weird. You don't have anything weird, do you? Well, you do slightly more versus pierce, but that does appear to be base, so... Alright, well, whatever. Toss that there. And what's this about? Durgan copper bracelet. Though Durgan's battery is mostly known for its steel, the refineries also produced extremely high-quality copper that was used in coinage, art, and jewelry. This copper bracelet is typical of the jewelry that was produced in the community at its height. Alright. I'll just notice these. Toss those down there, I guess.
Got rid of that little fella, eh? Take this with my thanks. Didn't need his trouble around here. Anyway, what brings you back?
Farewell. What did he give me? Just an opal. Yeah, who cares? Taxes collected, lost some to bandits, girl collected some earned. So hey, we're at least earning more than we lose to bandits some of the time now. That's always nice. Alright, I think that should hopefully mean we never have to return to the Russet Wood again. Well, I guess there's that altar there, so we might at some point find something to go back for that altar. Who knows? Heading up to one of the other wilderness areas around here, either the Durgan's. I guess we'll go to Longwatch Falls first. Durgan's Battery feels like it should be the last thing I do. Feels like the climax of the adventure here. Bitter spirits are not hostile. Greenstone staff. Oh, a quarter staff that is soulbound. Only to wizard, druids, or monks. That's a shame. Especially with this nature's mark on crit. That's a decent thing. Oh, they didn't like me taking that. Would have been nice if I could have given that to a barbarian. As ever, I think making the soulbound gear have class restrictions was just a mistake. Just makes for less interesting potential build diversity.
Something else.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Following your lead. Let's end this!
Ready, Watcher.
Wow, these things are not durable.
Let's get a good shot with this. I'm ready.
Oh, more of them. Those Kangolas. Definitely fought some of these before, though it's been a while. We didn't get enough to fill out the bestiary.
Lead the way.
That is fun. Shame she can only do it once per fight, but that is fun. Oh, and then I can do this still. Nice.
Try something else.
Tell me.
Following your lead.
Quingola's durable.
For Takoa!
I'm ready. I'm here. Let's get a good shot with this. Oh?
Alright, these specters explode on death, sometimes dealing a lot of damage.
Tell me.
Most of the time not.
Hey,
Wonder if that yell can trigger interrupts.
you're not getting through me.
I'm ready. Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one. Oh? Let us end this!
Yes?
This tower looks like it was carved from the stone of the cliff. The entrance is collapsed and sealed with ice, but you imagine that it commands an impressive view of the valley below. The cliffside plunges for 1,000 feet to the valley below. Stalwart is barely a speck amongst the trees in the distance. Cave down there. Can't reach from here. What's up here?
Keeping an eye out.
Langothans. And Gleaming Society Disciple. That's a bad place to head up. It'd be very easy to trigger both those groups. Let's see if we can approach that from a different angle. Few odds and ends lie scattered by the path. There appears to have been a struggle here, but the evidence is half buried under a thin blanket of snow. Wisps of essence hover in the chilly air. Let's inspect the area first. An empty pack lies in the snow. It has been torn nearly in two. Also, muddy tracks churn the ground. It's difficult to discern their shape or number, but they appear to lead north. Reach out to the essence. The soul fragment plunges you into a memory. Your name is Igadir. You've never been more than 20 miles from home, let alone to the White March, and yet you've been climbing steadily higher for a week now. The air is too thin, your clothes are too tight, and you've barely got another 3 days worth of food with you. But you've never felt better. You've only had a handful of fainting spells since you began your journey. You've had as many in a single day before. The dreams have been the best part. Despite the frozen, rocky ground and the screeching winds, sleep has found you each night and brought you visions of majestic peaks wrapped in snow. The cold is but a sweet ache in your bones. And as you hike into the wind, you feel that ache spreading along with the certainty that you're getting closer to him, or her, your soul twin. A stranger whose soul mirrors your own. One of the few people in Aera who could understand the constant torment of a split soul. And the only person who could help you relieve it. Something approaches through the shroud of snow ahead. You feel a throbbing presence, like a heartbeat through linen, and you know. The vision ends abruptly. You find yourself staring at Igadir's scattered belongings, while his elation ebbs from your veins. And his essence fades from you. You feel his eagerness dissolve into disappointment, until all that remains is the emptiness of a meaningless death. It's a quest.
Let's see what lies this way.
Yes.
Spot on.
Yes?
Ooh, a frost ooze.
Wayfair, Sailmace, Maytoon. For Toa!
Ready, Watcher.
I'm ready. Your aim could use some improvement. Tell me. Yes.
Oh. The nuke wasn't engaging him, so I couldn't get my stuns. Oh, I wish engagement worked reliably.
I've been poisoned!
Be more careful.
And she's taking a lot of damage.
I just tasted breakfast.
Oh, that does a lot of stuns. Or paralyzes, I guess.
Ready, Watcher.
Oh? Lead the way.
Let's try.
Yes?
These frost oozes seem to take a little while passing their turn for some reason,
Maytoon.
even after they've taken an action.
Here.
As he had attacked, now we get to wait, and wait,
Hey,
and there we go. That is weird.
leave it to me!
Oh my, that was a lot of damage. 100 damage on Canna that round.
After him, Ichimak.
Yes.
Let's get this next turn. Can interrupt that. Yeah.
I'm here.
He's hobbled. Unhobble him just in case it helps him take less damage somehow.
Your tail ends here.
Oh, well, he's back to full. It's fine.
Yes.
Ready, Watcher. After an Ichimok.
I'm here.
Okay, that is satisfying. Oh boy. Especially with this permanent firebrand. I'm starting to wish I had played a monk. Or not a monk, a barbarian. Barbarian wielding that permanent firebrand with more carefully chosen stats at character creation. Ooh, that could have been really good. Probably still worse, if only because the animal companions in this game feel very effective. Often do more damage than my dedicated meleeers, despite being effectively a free character feature. Go away, consecrated ground. Why does that keep going after the fight is over? There we go. Tubes of stiff frozen mud rise from the ground, and warm air buffets your face as you peer into them. You see shiny, jagged shards inside. You peer into this pool. The water is perfectly clear, but you don't see anything of note.
Slowly now.
Let's end this!
I'm here. Settle!
Well, I got 82 damage.
I'm ready.
Doesn't take up a turn or... I mean, it did take quite a few ranger abilities or talents or whatever.
Your aim could use
Get
some
that
improvement.
sort of damage, but
I'm here.
in the turn economy perspective, it's basically free.
Take that!
That is pretty satisfying. Just hop in the middle of a huge crowd of them, dealing damage to a few, and then frightening the rest. She is definitely my favorite character that I put into that slot now. And Grieving Mother certainly had a few fights where she was very, very effective, but started to lose effectiveness as time went on, and it became harder and harder for her to cast her highest level abilities.
But I'm slowly dying of poison.
Oh?
I think Maneha there took a lot of damage, and it's quite impactful that I'm not going to be able to see how much.
Spot on. Your aim could use some improvement. Freros, Ceres.
Following your lead. For Takoa!
I'm here.
Assuming it lets me take Maneha out of the White Marsh, it's possible it locks her in here, but assuming it lets me take her out, I can't see myself removing her from my party at this point. This might just be the party until the end of the game. Though there could still be more companions, I don't know.
Hey.
Hasn't been a rogue yet, which is weird. Games usually have a rogue. Usually it's amongst the first characters that join you, albeit that's because you typically need one to deal with traps and locks.
Be more careful.
Hey.
I suppose it's possible if it came down to it, I'd toss Pelagina. She's not been as effective as I would like. So I do like her little damage aura thing. It's just kind of worse than Kanna's damage chant, since she has to waste a turn activating it.
Uh-huh.
So the heal from it is a lot more potent than Kanna's Ancient Memory heal, which is very minor nowadays. It was a fairly substantial proportion of the health at very low levels, but
Ready, Watcher.
health has increased a lot faster than ancient memory has increased. Part of me is also thinking I should try to arrange for a circumstance for this to upgrade soon. It's been sitting there forever. Oh, we have pulled a lot of enemies here, and these things are not trivial. I think I'm going to toss my summoning items to soak a few blows here and there, opening rounds.
Hey.
Yes? Wait, Selmes Metu.
Oh? Try something else.
I'm ready.
Tell me.
You don't have a summoning item, right? Oh, what's this? I had forgotten she had. I guess that's from that ring. Hotkey that so I remember it exists. Yeah. A flat DR6, and according to the combat log, she is still doing crush damage, so she's not getting the full bonus from that, what's it called? Scion of Flame, as it's not making her base attacks preference the burn damage over the crush damage. That is a shame. But it is a pretty esoteric corner case, so I'm not really surprised they didn't implement it. Little disappointed, but understandable.
Rest well, my friend.
I've been poisoned.
Don't succumb!
Hey.
Devotions for the something. Wish I could see what the spell is by, like, right-clicking on it over there. See if we can interrupt it with that R. Excellent.
Ready, Watcher.
Delay turn. Wish I could delay until immediately after Itumak so I can get him positioned and then take advantage of his position to get the stun off, but looks like I'll just overall lose turns if I try to do that.
We're down one.
more careful.
Actually, this first.
Careful with that.
Here are a few of them.
Spot on.
Following your lead.
Not sure why Canada didn't get a turn. He must have been stunned and I didn't notice. Alright. He's all still frightened. Mostly.
Ah!
Decent damage.
Careful, they're thinning our number.
Wait, Selmes Metu.
Send him up to help over here.
For Takoa!
Nice.
Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly dying of poison.
You've been poisoned!
Alright, he's getting paralyzed again. Rude.
Ready, Watcher. Let's get a good shot with this.
Got the stun off at least.
Yes.
I feel like Nuke hasn't gotten a turn in ages.
Yes?
Tell me.
Just like old times.
Wait, Selmes Metu. Your tale ends here!
Hey. Leave it to me!
Watch your fire.
Yes.
Alright. Frame rate's a bit chunky this fight, but it's starting to get better now that the numbers are thinning. Just all Shade's last turn, yeah.
Ready, Watcher.
Cleansing Flame, that sounds frightening. Let's see if we can interrupt it.
Got an arrow for this one.
Oop.
Lead the way.
See if you can interrupt it.
Just like old times.
Also no. Can you interrupt it? No, that's not ideal. Nope.
Backbones abeth this!
Nah, okay, whatever. Just killed a worm, and appears to have glitched out the worm's corpse.
Watch your fire. The Archers Vox Converano. Finish them.
Hey. Leave it to me!
I'm here.
Just like old times.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
I should probably go defend Chie. But I think I'm just gonna let this Langofath attack her in the hopes it gets a crit so that her hat gets
For Takoa!
an extra bit of progress. Oh shoot, I forgot to heal Itumek.
Be more
I
careful.
know I saw him taking damage a little bit ago and was thinking, oh, I'll heal him next time again he gets a turn. And then she got a turn and I wasted it and forgot.
Permet Consuelias.
Oh.
Oh, I can not getting... Oh, do they not get re-engagements now? Is the fix that reduced the engagement spam down here make it so that they also aren't going to re-engage a million times, which you used to be able to exploit to make them hit you if you were trying to do something like this?
Hey.
Alright, neat. That's good. I'm glad the bug is fixed, even if I was about to take advantage of it to try and hit Chie critically hit.
I'm here. Got an arrow for this one.
Oh, should have done this first.
Yes?
These things really do hobble the team.
For the Republics!
Yes?
But maybe I'd put this on somebody. That would be good for trying to farm Chie getting hit, but I'm gonna need to add that to one of these chants. I can't do it mid-battle, so I'll have to do that later.
Hey.
Only a graze. Accuracy is about the same as her fortitude. Should put it much higher than her, than her deflection. So if he attacks her deflection, he should get a crit relatively soon.
Francis!
There we go.
Following your lead. Let's end this!
Ready, Watcher.
There we go.
After him, Eatmok.
Can only do it once per fight, so get rid of him.
Tell me.
Ah! The Ashes Vox Converano!
Francis! Following your lead. Your tail ends here!
I'm here. My bow's ready.
Oh?
Hey. Fine pike, but nothing more interesting than that. You brush the cloak of steam away from this pool. You think you see... And no, it's just a bubble rolling up from the depths. The pool is empty. Put a book down here. Oh, it's Igid ears. This time it's doing the book scrolly glitch, but it's keeping it down to the bottom, which is fine because I can see everything, but awkward. Most of the few remaining pages are ruined with mud, but you can make out an entry near the end of the journal. Volksdag. Woke up this morning and saw my toes had turned blue. Spent the last of my fuel warming them up, but it only took me an hour to start the campfire this time. How far I've come. I passed a village yesterday and thought about stopping. A warm bed and a proper meal would have been a treat after almost a week in these mountains. But I don't want to lose track of my soul twin, not when I'm so close. I dreamed of the cave behind the waterfall last night. I think that's where I'll find him. I'm not sure what else it could mean, but I'd better... The next page is missing, and the rest are unreadable. Looking into the third pool, you see something round and iridescent resting at the bottom. Take it. You reach in, your flesh tingling in the warm water, and pull the sphere out. It's heavier than it looked, and its smooth, pearlescent surface shines as you turn it. You stick it in your pack. Alright, somebody had asked me for a pearl of some sort. I don't recall who or why, but I do remember them asking. Camp up. Used a fair bit of health and the like there. You awaken and hear someone stirring, and growling. Looking over, you see Maneha twitching and murmuring in her sleep. You can't make out what she's saying, but from her bared teeth and the sheen of sweat on her brow, this seems like a very bad dream. Shake her awake. She sits bolt upright, roaring and reaching for her weapon. Calm down. You're safe.
What? Oh,
Her gaze darts around, but slowly focuses on you. She grimaces and looks away, wiping her face.
oh, sorry. I must have been dreaming.
She lies back down and turns away from you. You can't help but notice how carefully she's avoiding your gaze. But what?
No, it's nothing. Sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you.
She pulls her blanket over her shoulders. You aren't bothering me, but something's clearly bothering you. I'd like to help. She's quiet for a long time. It seems like she's already gone back to sleep, but then she sighs.
You told me about your awakening.
Adar stirs. Maneha waits silently until Edar rolls over and resumes deep, steady breaths.
I guess I've had a similar problem. There's something I remember from a former life. Happened hundreds of years ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday.
How did you remember it?
Happened while I was fighting in Old Valia 20 years ago. My unit was camped out in the palace we'd just taken. The others were roasting the last of the Marchesos pigs in the feast hall. So, I went to the wine cellars to fetch a few bottles.
She works her fingers into a knot.
I don't know how long she'd been hiding there, but there was this old woman. Must have been one of the servants.
Her fingers curl into fists.
She had this wild look in her eyes. I approached her and tried to tell her not to be afraid, that she was safe.
Maneha holds out her hand, reliving the memory.
She screamed and grabbed my arm.
She closes her eyes.
It felt like someone had hit me in the back of my head. I blacked out for a few minutes, and when I came to, she was gone.
Go on.
I took a few bottles up with me, feasted with the rest of the troops. But when I went to bunk, I had a dream.
She shivers.
Only it was more vivid than any dream I've ever had. I tasted the sweat on my lips, felt the jungle air on my skin, heard the cries.
She stops and swallows, shaking her head. What about the old woman?
I asked the other troops. None of them had seen her. Anyway, I laid off the drink for several days, but I kept having the dream. After a few weeks, I thought a change of scenery might do me good. Since then, I've been a pirate in the Deadfire, a pilgrim in the White that Wends, an adventurer in the Living Lands, and a gift-bearer in Ishamiddle.
Oh, Ishamiddle. I've always thought that was Ixamiddle. Ishamiddle. Hopefully I'll remember that, but probably not. She gives a rueful smile. That's why you're really going to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon? To forget it? She nods.
There's a pool there, the Salt Well. It's where gift-bearers leave the heaviest burdens.
She pauses.
It's said that a person can enter it and leave their own memories behind.
There's a distant, hungry look in her eyes. What if you lose more than you intend?
At this point, I'd gladly give up all my memories if that's what it takes for peace in this life and the next.
Okay, well, let's get some more rest. We've got a lot to do. Seems a reckless attitude, but hopefully it works out for her when we get there. For now, however, I'm going to call this an end to session 39. Thank you all for watching and or listening, and I hope you will join me again when I get to session 40.